Hey guys, it's Frankie, your neighborhood noisemaker. Today we got the old RZR Pro R, Oscar's machine, the 4-seat 2024. This is Hooker, or Honey. It has two nicknames currently. And she's in rough shape. We got a flat tire. We also got a bunch of damaged plastics. And in this video, we're going to tear her apart and see what we got to do to get her back to 100%. Now, I actually already picked up all the plastics, and we got some new plastics from X-Craft. The only thing we're missing is this guy, the rear fascia, which is fine. But we do have new doors, new plastics. But in this video, we're actually going to tear it apart and inspect to make sure there's nothing else damaged. Because I did order a radiator, because this pushed on the radiator, bent it a little bit. We are going to replace the radiator, but I got to make sure there's nothing else damaged behind that. So we'll put you on the custom-made tripod, and we'll put you on a little time-lapse.
I spend my days in despair, for in my mind you're still there. When nights turn cold and blue, how will I live without you?
All the plastics are screwed. Where the windows actually attach, or the shocks attached, they're all bent right here, both of them. So that's gonna have to be redone, repaired. Honestly, the keys are gonna have to come off and like get powder coated, because there's like paint destroyed everywhere. This is loose, so bunch of stuff's messed up. It's not too bad though. Let me show you guys the front end and the rear end, and basically, I mean, the car's great. Honestly, I think it's nothing wrong with it, other than cosmetic, of course. Hey, look at Big Blue. By the way, we're waiting for our Multec harness to get back from EVP mode. That's the only thing I'm waiting for. This car's ready to rock. All right, so in the rear, both sides are damaged, of course, the fender and the fender flare. So we got the fenders from X-Craft, and the fender flares are gonna be OEM. Tail lamp is messed up on one side. And then up here, these panels actually have to be replaced too. I did order them already. This one's broken here near the bed, and this one's broken over here by the C-pillar. So that's broken right there. Other than that, everything else looks good. This one does look a little funky, like I got moved. Looks like I got gouged here from the fire extinguisher, but I mean, that's not a big deal. I actually took these off on mine and put the DRT grills on the inside and outside of these intakes. So I don't know if he wants to do that. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. These little tabs are bent on both sides. The doors obviously are all damaged. We're gonna have to replace them all. And then the bottom plates, what do you call those, rocker panels, we're gonna replace those on both sides. And then in the front, really, there is some gouges here on that fascia. I kind of want to say that was already there, but I'm not 100%. The grills are pretty bent, so it needs a new grill. It would need a new fascia if you were that picky. I think Oscar said he don't care. The plastics in the front all got damaged. This one obviously got damaged from the radiator, or it pushed into the radiator and gouged it. This side is damaged because it's all scuffed up from the door pushing on it, and it just got scuffed up on this side. The inner fender flares, one of them is damaged. Let's see, passenger side is damaged again from the door smashing it right here. I'll show you guys that. See, it's all gouged up. Now on the other side, it actually got damaged because it looks like the wheel pushed into the plastic right here and damaged it. So that one's pretty scuffed up as well, and it's this guy. Now the frame obviously is good, but this side here, where the weight of the car was pushing down on this corner, obviously the plastic got damaged here. And this one here also, this actually got pushed down about half an inch maybe, and I pushed it back up. It's really, you know, I think it's made to flex, so that's not a big deal. We fixed that. I am going to replace the radiator just because that bothers me. It's pretty damn crooked. I feel like maybe the fan might touch. So the window net shocks on that side are cooked, like I said, but this side, only the front passenger. The rear one looks like it's okay. I am going to closer inspect the window net to make sure they didn't crack, just because You know, these are welded nicely, all TIG welded by the guys over at SF, but they are thinner material. I mean, I could see maybe not the actual frame breaking, but definitely maybe, you know, the window net could potentially break. So I gotta make sure it's not cracked in any way. We don't want that falling off in the middle of a ride. So I think from here we're gonna take off the speaker pods. We're gonna pull off these as well. We'll take off the doors, take off the rocker panels, and then we'll give this thing a good clean wash. Give it another quick inspection just to make sure I didn't miss anything, and then we could probably start reassembling some of the plastics. In other news, SF Raceworks finished up my car, and I want to show off these badass gussets that they welded onto the front. If you have a Maverick R and you're looking to do this to your machine, you know, TIG welded goodness just about everywhere to brace up this whole section, which is known to bend, and to brace up this top shock mount and rear upper arm. Definitely hit them up. They just make quality stuff, right? Now, everything they do is like TIG welded, almost everything. Basically, all the stuff they do is TIG welded in-house, as far as like when they're welding stuff up, like this. And then they did finish up my A+ bar here, so that's nicely welded up. They put a plate here on my request to basically, you know, strengthen this location. I wanted to make sure that this part was not going to get jacked up. If you think about it, if I land really hard on the roof of this car, this tube is going to help take the load, and obviously it needs to be distributed amongst the rest of the tubes here. So my idea was, if I'm going to keep driving this machine like an idiot and then obviously I want more power in the future, so the potential for something to go wrong, knock on wood, is always there. But you know, at least I'll be braced double tubes in the front, and you know, really double tubes in the rear in form of bolt-on, because this one does act as a support as well as this one does. So very excited. The dash is in. I don't know if I show that on YouTube. I did show off on Instagram a little bit. I put the Glasscraft dash with the 10-inch screen in the middle, the Evo bezel for my cluster, the Switch Pros, I moved it over here because we're going to do Evo steering wheel, amongst a bunch of other things. So I want to say I could get it ready for Thanksgiving, but really I got to actually take it back to SF for one last thing that I forgot to tell them to get welded up. So once that's back, I can reassemble everything. Everything's ready. Check out the freaking front fascia with the carbon fiber. It just looks sick. So definitely I could use this machine in the dunes. It is powerful and it is funner than the Pro R because of the power. But I'm patient. We'll wait till it's done.
I count the days since you've been gone. What somehow, some way, life goes on.
As far as we're gonna go, as far as disassembly goes, the cage is probably gonna come off as well at some point for powder. But at least for Thanksgiving, it's gonna have all new plastics and doors. Just the cage will stay the same for now. I think Oscar was thinking about doing it that same, was it flamingo gold? Which I think would look nice, but it might be a little overkill. But it would make accessories easier since we're getting new mirrors from Chupacabra. I could probably just leave those black and then do the cage in gold. I mean, it just seems, you know, less powder coating. But I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Oscar fucks everything up anyways. Alright, doors are all off. Time to give this puppy a wash. Alright boys, rocker panels are on. They're nice and fresh and new and bright and black, looking all good. But I want to show you guys this because we got with X-Craft. We are now a dealer for them. We sell their products. If you guys need X-Craft, I'm your guy. X-Craft is sick. Check this out. Carbon fiber. Boom, carbon fiber throughout the dash. We got it here, we got it here, here around the radio, and of course on the other side as well. It looks freaking sick. Now it's not fully installed yet. I still have to transfer over the clips from the old panels, but as you can see, that's gonna look freaking sick. So not only did we do some interior panels, we did a bunch of exterior panels, including the fenders, which you'll see in a second, including the front. And also this panel right here, another piece that's real carbon fiber, is this hood. Has a ram air effect in the front instead of on the sides, and that's gonna give it a different look to stand out. It's gonna look sick. So for the inside, I did kind of feel like the shifter was lacking in style, you know what I mean? So I did get him this one. Hopefully he likes it, and that's gonna look good. That's made by Geyser. Got the radiator out. New one's going in. Boom! All right, boys, it's getting a little dark, but I still want to show you. This is real carbon fiber. Now these plastic panels are lookalike carbon fiber. It's a lighter gray-ish color, but it has that same kind of mesh like carbon fiber does. And although it's not the same, it's still gonna look sick. And these are a fraction of the price of the OEM ones. The OEM ones, specifically if you get the ones that are like painted to match, like the sunset orange and the indie reds, they're expensive. So this is a great alternative. Oscar's gonna wrap this machine anyways. Plus the car before this happened was already gray. I mean, the panels were already this gray mesh. All we're doing is changing it to a different gray. So it's getting dark. I'm gonna go ahead and knock out a bunch of this stuff. The radiator's in. I'm gonna knock out these panels here. I'm gonna put all this together, all of the rear together, and then we'll get back to you guys in the morning to show you guys the progress. So Oscar's here. We got this guy in there. This is all in. Got the grill in. Looks pretty snazzy. Oh yeah. What does Oscar say? What does Oscar like to say? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What do you think, Oscars?
Oh yeah.
Don't worry, Juan's paying for all of it.
Idiot.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Well, here it is. He's back, baby. Like it never happened. And I think it looks freaking sick. Let me shut this thing off. Alright, so it's not done. And let me explain. I'm just trying to get this thing ready for possibly Thanksgiving. Oscar had interest of going at Thanksgiving, and I'm trying to get it at least ready so he can use in a nice form, not damaged. And as you can see, we did finish up the whole front end's done. Front fenders here, the center, this in carbon fiber. This is lookalike carbon fiber like we mentioned. These are all new plastics on the sides. The front fascia we didn't touch. I mean, it didn't really get damaged in the front other than the grill got bent. I basically just unbent it and put it back on. She looks good. All the doors obviously brand new and they look amazing. I do have to do some adjustments, specifically on the passenger side. They do look a little off, and then this side I might space it out just so there's not so much of a gap, but you have to leave some sort of a gap because if not they'll rub, and I don't want to do that. Same thing over here. I do want to adjust it as well because it's going to be hitting here, which, you know, was known to do on the stock ones and on my car as well, and we want to avoid that. So I'll see what I could do. Maybe I'll put some spacers on the striker. Rear fenders done, perfect. I had to bolt these down, and actually I prefer it because it's a lot stiffer than it was from factory with the factory plastics. This does have a hole here. You're supposed to be able to put like a loop strap around the tube, but obviously we have the square cage, the boxed C-pillar, so I don't know how we're gonna do that. Might just use a big long spacer, drill a hole, tap a hole, put a bolt. I don't know. Maybe, we'll see. And then what the heck? Oh, that was peeling. The rear fascia, I did order a new one. It didn't get here on time, but after I started fixing it, I mean, there's nothing wrong with this one, so we'll see what Oscar wants to do. I did replace this light that was broken, and that light, the top upper one that was broken, that one I had laying around, so luckily we put that one on. The bed is new. The CA Tech pack out system, I just touched it up with some paint. I don't know. And then I washed the mat that's in here because it was just brown from sand. Everything else is good. This side is good. The car looks great. It's complete again. Hopefully Oscar is happy. I do have to do a bunch of things like install the lights, the rock lights back where they were because I took them all off. And then here is a rock light that's supposed to go here, and another one that's supposed to go underneath the exhaust. I'll be working on that. I just want to shoot this video because it's going to get dark and you won't be able to see that. Same thing with the doors. I'm probably going to spend the next 2 hours installing those lights, adjusting those doors, and basically that's it. It's good to go. Now this is not it for this machine. What we actually want to do is actually re-powder coat the cage because it's in pretty rough shape. The tumble it took basically matted out all of the powder. I mean, you can tell right there how bad it is. So basically powder coated cage, reinstall the roof, reinstall a new windshield, new mirrors from Trooper Cover Off-Road, the new Cuero Bajas that we put on Green Goblin. Basically we're gonna put these on this machine as well. And that's basically it. I don't think there's anything else. That'll basically cover all the repairs that are needed to this machine to put it back to the state that it was. So, all right, so besides the powder, Oscar has expressed interest into something else. But you guys will have to stay tuned for that in a later video. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you to my YouTube join and my Patreon subscribers. You guys are make the difference. You guys help these trips happen, and I can't do it without you guys. So see you guys in the next one. Peace out.